I think I'm going to try a Metamorphosis here. Put 3 random zero-cost attacks into your draw pile. This card is a unique one, that's for sure. I don't think Prismatic Shard is particularly good, but it is certainly fun and very unique, leading to runs unlike anything else. We're currently on a 4-game win streak here. Watcher, Defect, Silent, and Ironclad all won. We did lose our previous Watcher run, though. Let's embark. Get right on into it here. I do really like rare colorless starts. A weakness. Especially on Ironclad. So one question I always like to ask myself is, how many elites can I reasonably kill? We've got 2 really good second halves of the act here. That hit 2 elites after the chest. Always a good thing. You keep watching, I'll keep watching. That's right. It looks like there's a Fire Elite combo on both sides, potentially with an early shop as well. Is there anything we can do with the Niao's Lament? Enemies in our first 3 combats have 1 hit point. Not really. Lots of early fights here. So I'm thinking either the upgrade or the rare colorless. I tend not to like the boss swap on Ironclad these days, although this can go really well. You know, we get a Snecko Eye, we get a Runic Pyramid, we get a Velvet Choker. These are all going to be good. Upgrade on the first for card reward would almost always be better, Frogan. That'd be a cool blessing. Cards in your first card reward screen are upgraded. So you just get to choose from 3 different upgraded cards on the first floor. I think that'd be super cool. I think that'd be super cool. But yeah, I think upgrade a card, upgrade Bash here specifically. It would never be an upgrade Strike or Defend, I don't think. Suspiciously looking at my starter cards. I don't think you ever want to upgrade a Strike or Defend. But let's take a rare colorless and see what the options are. Ah. Warcry Plus, you say. First card you add to your deck is upgraded. Ooh. And then you could, like... You could skip your first combat reward and upgrade a card from the shop. That would be pretty cool. Magnetism sounds sexy. I like this card a lot. It lets me down more than I care to admit. I want to like Magnetism more than I do, I think is where I end up at. It's a... oddly powerful card. A random colorless card can be pretty good. Sometimes. It does need an upgrade to be 1 cost. It's kind of hard to get into play. But ultimately a little bit slow. In Act 1, it's genuinely good against the Lagavulin, genuinely good against the 3 Sentries. But, whoo boy, you do not want that card against Gremlinob. I think I'm going to try a Metamorphosis here. Put 3 random zero-cost attacks into your draw pile. This card is a unique one, that's for sure. Beta art for Magnetism? Oh yeah, right. This beautiful piece of artwork here. It's glorious. Glorious. I think to unlock the beta art for colorless cards, you have to beat the heart with either all the characters or just Silent, Defect, and Ironclad. I'm not sure which. Thinking Ahead's not bad either. It's just a little bit of card manipulation, a little bit of card draw. And it exhausts, so it works with synergies. But let's take a Metamorphosis here. We're going to try to make that work. Probably going to go for this elite over the Burning Elite, but we'll see what our first few combats give. Let's start over on this side, looking to pick up a few card rewards, and hopefully potions from our opening combats. Alright, what do you got for me, Metamorphosis? Rampage, Pommel Strike, Body Slam. I like it. They are all 0 cost. Derp. Clean. Very clean. Do we want a Whirlwind? We're fighting Slime Boss? Yes, we want a Whirlwind. So, Metamorphosis and basically all other sources of random card generation give you... They have an equal probability of generating all the different cards. So you list out all the attacks in the game, and each of them have an equal probability of being generated. which means your likelihood of generating rare attacks is relatively high, since there's a large number of them, comparatively. Same deal with any kind of transform effects. Transform effects have a high chance of giving you rare cards, because it's an equal chance of all cards. Yeah, Metamorphosis will only give you cards from your current character, so we're always going to get Ironclad attacks, specifically. Oh, they're making a D2 remastered? That is exciting news. Being attack next turn for 11. You do 21? Okay, I'm just gonna take the 6 here. We're gonna ignore the Metamorphosis here. Take 1. Great choices here. I particularly like Pommel Strike for the card draw, but an Inflame for some strength is good too. I did not realize that D2 Remastered was announced. It's pretty exciting. 3 weeks ago. Yeah, cool news. Cool news. I've also put a lot of hours into, in a similar vein, I put a lot of hours into Path of Exile, which is a great free-to-play Diablo 2-esque game. Do I... It's a tough choice. The Inflame for the additional strength is real good, but so is the card draw. Let's take the strength. And I'm gonna keep taking combats. I'm gonna keep taking combats. Keep taking combats. Oh boy, a free anger. Wow. Just what I wanted. Thank you, game. Yeah, I probably should have played an attack on this guy last turn. Whatever. Give me the damage. Let's have to get our health back in the next fight. Okay, Shrug is great. Shrug is all the card draw that Pommel Strike provided. But it's also block. I'll take it. Should take 4 to get this in play. $31 does split, okay. Now die. Yes, good. Perish. Okay, so far this Metamorphosis, honestly, is doing a good job. I'm impressed. It'd be hard to get this card to scale into the late game, though. Really happy with a Fire Potion here. Honestly, a Fire Potion makes me want to go for the Spicy Elite. Oh. Well then, got some really interesting options here. So, two interesting options here. One, Dual Wield lets us duplicate attack cards. If we duplicate a free attack from Metamorphosis, then the duplicate will also be free, which makes this Dual Wield extremely powerful and even more so when upgraded for an additional copy. Or, Limit Break to double our strength. We already have an Inflame, and it's a big incentive to take future strength cards. A very powerful late-game scaling. Limit Break is, I think, one of the most absurd Ironclad cards once it gets going. There's also a Blood for Blood, but I don't think I want that one. I think I'm going to take this Limit Break in part because the Limit Break does not require an upgrade to be good. Yeah, let's take that. And I'm going to go for the Spicy Elite because of Fire Potion, ensuring us against a bad Grumlinob or 3 sentries. Match and keep 12 cards. Have a Bludgeon. Don't want to shame. Glad we didn't get that normality there. Aragon! Going for the bait. Thank you so much for the 4 gifted subs. Please give me the Bludgeon. Please. Please. Ooh, feel no pain. Yeah! I'll take that. Okay. I'll take that. Cool, we get a feel no pain. Whenever a card is exhausted, gain 3 block. That's not what I was expecting to pick up there, but I'm pretty happy with it. That'll be block whenever we play Metamorphosis, block whenever we play Limit Break, and now creates a almost perverse incentive to not upgrade Limit Break, right? It removes the exhaust keyword when upgraded. Normally considered to be a good thing, but here it's now giving us less block. Also ensures us against the 3 sentries, and means we can play slimes against the slime boss for a little bit of healing, or blocking rather. So many potential upgrades. I really like the Whirlwind upgrade for 3 more damage per energy. I also particularly like upgrading Inflame here, especially with the Limit Break. I think Bash could be a good upgrade. Metamorphosis is maybe a bit much. Let's get the Inflame first, because of the Limit Break. Now, our ideal elite, because we have so many setup cards, 2 powers, a secondary strength scaling card, and the Metamorphosis, we would love to fight Sleepy Egg Boy. We'll see what happens. Hello, yes, I am strong now. I am also vulnerable now. Could be a nasty next turn. 21, he says. I only do 12 times 3. So do I skill pot or do I fire pot? I think I skill potion. It's pretty better. This is blocking for less than 10, right? Let's go Ghostly, Metamorphosis, Defend. Block for 18. Come out of this fight with most of our health intact. And we get a potion back. Okay, I feel really good about that. Ooh, armaments. Yes, Jawworm, Metamorphosis was our whale bonus. Armaments can upgrade cards in hand. That makes it quite nice with the Metamorphosis in particular. Not a bad source of block either. It makes us a little bit weaker against Gremlin Knob, but again, we have the Fire Potion for Knob Insurance. Let's take it. It's a decent upgrade, too. Alright, we get a Regenerating Gremlin Knob, against whom I'm not too worried here, since we drew Inflame on turn 1. That's a good draw. Not ideal. I think ideal would have been Metamorphosis Armaments turn 1. But this is pretty good. Arma meant to be, that's right. We could consider Power Potioning here. Do I want to do that? I'm expecting to use the Fire Potion. We can use our Power Potion against the next elite. Yeah, we have too many block cards in the deck for this fight. I was a bit worried about this. Draw. Okay, we're going to give Knob quite a bit of strength here. Next turn's going to be painful. I don't think this is a kill even with the potion, right? No, it's not. Fortunately, we've drawn Bash and Whirlwind in the same turn, and we really needed to not do that. Dang, so we're taking 33 here. Ouch. Big ouch. But we will win next turn. We go Bash Strike. The good news is we might get to save our Fire Potion. Unfortunately, we're just shy of a kill here. We do get to save the Fire Potion. Okay, that's not the trade I wanted to make, but I'm happy with it, I guess. Pommel Strike is back, and I think I really want some more card draw. I see that we're also getting a White Beast statue, always getting a potion after combat rewards. That's really good news. That means we get to aggressively use our potions now with the assurance that we can replace them. I think you've got an addiction to Uppercut. It's a solid card, it really is. I think we have a hard time affording it at the moment. This is a fairly expensive deck at the moment. gonna grab a little bit more, I'm gonna grab a bit more card draw. Pummel Strike, drawing 1, upgrades to draw 2, even better here. Something for the mid-game. Although currently I think the upgrade priority is Whirlwind, possibly Rest, depending on how our elite fights go. But this is the card I want. We've got 0-cost cards we want to draw into. We've got a lot of cards we're not necessarily playing. There's a few too many setup cards at the moment. So ways to draw through those setups to get to our front load is quite nice, or vice versa, depending on the combat we're in. What's in the box? Bag of Marbles. Always thrilled to see this early game, especially on Ironclad, giving us 1 vulnerable at the start of each combat. Well, I found our use for the fire potion. It's this fight. Probably Pummel Strike, Fire Pot the front guy. Block with Shrug, take only a couple. Maybe even take none. Let's see what the Shrug draws. Feel no pain. But do I play the Strike, the Feel no pain, or the Defend? Probably leaning towards Strike for 9, get him closer to dead. Uppercut does really want an upgrade, indeed winners are us, and this deck certainly could not have afforded to give that upgrade to it, barring armaments shenanigans. Hey yo, why god, why? So glad you've been enjoying that YouTube content. There's a steady flow of folks coming in from there these days, which makes me very, very happy. So good. Yeah, let's play the Strike. Taking 3 to accelerate this combat a little bit. Here we go, double defend and flame. Strongkening. And we leave the fight with more health than we entered it. Although we did lose our fire potion. Okay with that. Body Slam, another card that could be good with an upgrade. I think all of these are fairly mediocre at the moment. Yes, kicking. There is some consideration for the Arma upgrade precisely for that reason. I think before the upgrade on armaments is particularly good, though, you need a bit of card draw in the deck. So an upgraded Pummel Strike, a Battle Trance would immediately make me upgrade the armaments, and so would an Offering. Anything that draws multiple cards, so that we can have more than 5 cards in hand to upgrade. The other thing that would make me want a armaments upgrade big time is a Runic Pyramid, since we can then upgrade an entire 10-card hand with it. So if we see Runic Pyramid after Slime Boss, we'll be very happy with this armaments. Alright, next up is Sleepy Egg Boy, and we are really good at this fight. I think I'll use the Power Potion here. Do I use it with armaments, though? That's the question. I don't think so. Good old Barricade. Letting us preserve block from turn to turn. Get a free dropkick. That's always exciting. Ooh my, okay. That might have to be how we awaken the egg here. Armaments, bash, dropkick, sword, boomerang. Yeah, let's get that bash upgraded for 3 turns of vulnerable here. And because we have a 0-cost dropkick, it does still refund 1 energy. We actually get to play 1 more real card here. Let's make it a defend. Take 1. Take none. Defend over strike with no attacking coming because we played a Barricade from the Power Potion, so I got to keep that block. Easy fight. We, again, heal off of that combat. And we get a Regal Pillow, meaning we get even more healing should we choose to rest. Dread Turkey just lost a run where you beat 12 elites by the end of Act 3. Hot dang. It's a lot of elites. There's an Entrench here to go with the Barricade that we no longer have. More realistically, I'm totally down for Anger here. This is a deck with lots of expensive cards, and with Strength, and both of these things speak to Anger. It's just 0 cost to deal 6, being a really solid addition. I really like this card in Ironclad's early game. Just a little bit of more energy efficiency, a little bit more front-loaded damage. Super good. The whole add a copy of this card into your discard pile thing, you can almost ignore that in a lot of situations, because with an Anger, you're going to be killing enemies on turn 1, 2, or 3 anyway. Solid upgrade, though. Do I upgrade the Metamorphosis? We haven't played it much. No, we upgrade the Whirlwind now, so that we can kill Slime Boss easily. How often do I pick Entrench without Barricade or Calipers? Personally, I almost never take Entrench for any reason. There's room for Entrench to be a good card without either of those things, without any block retain. You need... I mean, if you're generating about 20 block with your other cards, being able to double that can be a nice way to scale into your late game. So it can be good with Velvet Choker, it can be good with Snekowai in particular. Kinda hoping we draw Whirlwind on turn 1. This ain't bad, though. 6 is a lot of strength. Alright, case in point. Anger... Oh, no, Whirlwind putting in the work. I was gonna give credit to Anger, but Anger gets none of the credit. Destroyed, you nerds. Get an extremely useful potion in Heart of Iron. There's a Reckless Charge here. I could have seen myself taking Reckless Charge if we weren't offered Anger here. It's the same 0 cost damage, a little bit more in fact, and it puts a Dazed into the draw pile, which is acceptable because of our Feel No Pain. The Dazed at least blocks. We took Metamorphosis as our starting bonus, Nick Logus, and we decided to take it... And the why of it. It can be quite good. You know, you're making 0 cost attacks that stick around for the whole fight, so in a longer combat, particularly our Slime Boss fight, I think we're really going to appreciate it. Best beta art on Ironclad? Oh yeah, Reckless Charge. That credit card to work. I love Searing Blow. It's definitely too late, though. Really like Searing Blow as a first 3 cards kind of pick, if you've got a lot of campfires in your act. I don't think we want a Clothesline here. Just too expensive. The Weaken's nice, but we really don't have the don't have the ability to get it put into play. But let's take this Heart of Iron over the Ancient Pot. I don't have a use case for this Ancient Potion right now. Artifact is good in the late game, not so good in the early game. We'll go ahead and shrug. This could be a good fight for Heart of Iron. Not sure if I'm supposed to hold on to this or not. They put Feel No Pain in play, and I'd like to kill one of them next turn. Let's damage the one with the least health. Okay, this does not kill anybody. Do I Metamorphosis and then draw Potion to try to make something happen? Maybe. No potions needed, but we should use one because we're going to get a potion from this combat. So if we can get some health from using one, I might as well. The fight for Heart of Iron. What if that fight is Slime Boss? Kind of what I'm thinking for the Heart of Iron is Slime Boss. Do I Swift Potion before Metamorphosis, after Metamorphosis? Or do I even play Metamorphosis? Let's just Swift Potion. Draw Whirlwind. Do 24 plus 6, 30. Still can't get a kill, so I'll go Armaments on the defend, play the defend. We'll win for 1. And then we should be good once we start drawing the Dazed. Should be. Be a bit greedy to not play Inflame there. Yeah, a little bit. Don't know that I did this fight correctly. I don't think I did this fight correctly. Once we got through those first couple of attacks, everything has been hunky-dory here. I'll take this outcome. We leave with 31 health. That's good. And a Bronze Scales and a Blessigo Forge. Start each combat with 3 Thorns. We have a Feel No Pain, which makes me want a True Grit pretty badly. True Grit does, of course, want an upgrade, but what doesn't? Doesn't want it. Let's take it. 7 block and an Exhaust. We learned on our last Ironclad run that True Grit has a 50% chance to save you against Hexaghost. Probably. We could take a Twin Strike. Twin Strike not bad with the amount of strength we have. Let's take the block card. Metallicize not terrible either, for the record. That's right, Goyo. Metamorphosis cannot create either Feed or Reaper. So we could get a huge heal from rest. We'd actually go all the way to full health almost. 35 HP to 66. But we've got 2 good potions. I'm going to upgrade the Metamorphosis. Yeah. Let's make it 5. Draw it on turn 1. Yeah! What do we get? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Oh, and we even drew the bash on the right turn. Setting ourselves up for a spicy split. Come on, Bludgeon and Immolate, please. Please. Oh. Well, we can upgrade the Pummel Strike and draw 2 more. I could even play the Clash. Sometimes it gives you an Immolate and a Bludgeon, exactly. Let's do this fancy play. Upgrade the Pummel Strike, play the Defend, play the Clash, kerblam, then play the Pummel Strike. Don't get any of our free attacks, but that's fine because we're still going to draw them. No need for... Probably just going to hold this potion since we're going to win anyway, right? Yeah. We're going to win anyway. And... Burp. Burp. Alright. This card has been doing good work. I think it's an awkward card a lot of the time. You need a lot of card draw, and you need a lot of energy. But... sometimes it do the job. From here, we'd like to continue to add card draw and energy. I would love an energy relic, and I'd love a battle trance. I'd love an offering. Ooh. How about a feed, though? Feed, I think, will be difficult to land. But I'm probably still going to take it. Giving us max HP every time we kill an enemy with this card. Could try to take Berserk to give us more energy each turn. Not my favorite way to get there, though. Or a big old bludgeon, which I don't think we can afford, but would make a Snecko Eye more takeable. Let's go with the feed. I'm really just hoping for Runic Pyramid now. Bronze or Blessing of the Forge. We already have bronze scales. No, we don't need liquid bronze. Ha! Easy game. Just get the Runic Pyramid. Perfect. Okay, I'll at least think about the other options real quick here. Seek a tangent. Thank you so much for gifting that sub to Mr. Baconudo. Appreciate that support. There is a box. Transform all strike and defend cards. 9 transforms ain't too bad. And if I had any additional incentive to take this, any of the 3 egg relics or even ceramic fish. Quick reminder, ceramic fish, I think one of the most maligned relics in Slay the Spire, but if we had one here, it would mean additional 81 gold for Pandora's box, and that would be a pretty good selling point. That said, what I really, really like about this Runic Pyramid is that, 1, we can upgrade armaments, and then all of the cards in hand are going to get upgraded when we play it, and 2, it's going to make it extremely easy to land this feed, making sure that we gain max health, and not just max health, but upgraded feeds from armaments for 4 max health, not 3 per combat, per enemy we kill. That's strong. Real strong. And makes me really want a Runic Pyramid. Last but not least, there is the Runic Dome. 1 more energy every turn, but we can no longer see enemy intents. That's okay. But I'm gonna take a Runic Pyramid. This is definitely my favorite relic in the whole game. It lets kind of weird, janky, unusual decks succeed in a way that they wouldn't be able to normally. Last and actually least. That's right. We also have a lot of cash. So going into Act 2 here with a Runic Pyramid, one of the big obstacles to a Runic Pyramid deck is that dreaded hand clog, where your hand is full of 10 cards and you can't draw 5 cards per turn because you can't play 5 cards per turn. To ameliorate this, with a Runic Pyramid, you want to pick up cards that generate energy, and on Ironclad, we want to pick up cards that exhaust things in our hand. So True Grit is really good, because it's not only a block card, but also destroys something else in hand. We want to pick up things like Second Wind, which let us exhaust multiple cards in hand. We want to pick up things like Bloodletting to generate energy. How do I feel about elites at this very moment? Relatively comfortable. We have Bag of Marbles to help against Slavers, we have Bronze Scales to help against Book of Stabbing, and we have White Beast Statue, meaning we'll have potions to use. Wounds can definitely become a problem with the Runic Pyramid if your deck is too slow. My preferred method of dealing with wounds, since they almost always go into the discard pile when they're added, is to just kill all the enemies before you start drawing the wounds. That's certainly the approach you want to go for against the 3 Slavers. But if you're doing like a Barricade and Trench deck, for example, with Runic Pyramid, that could be a bad time against anybody who adds wounds. Really bad time. Okay, I think because of our cash total, we want to go to this shop. Oh, last and certainly not least, another way to deal with hand clog, remove your starter cards. Just get rid of them. The less of them you have, the less of them you'll draw, the more important stuff you'll be able to put into your hand. Hey, look! This is why we didn't take the liquid bronze. It was this fight precisely. Block for 12. I don't want to lose the Whirlwind, though. Unfortunately, they do have 4 flights, so I can't just knock them out of the sky with the Whirlwind here. Go True Grit. Perfect. We'll keep the Anger for now. Now I can go Whirlwind. Knock you out with Anger. Don't forget we still have a feed we need to land. There it is, and sure, I can get 3 max health right now, but armaments make it 4. Beautiful. No damage taken, 4 max health gained, 6 current health regained from the Burning Blood, and we have a choice of 3 potions here. Brute Cleverness, thank you so much for the 12 months, and the Tier 1 sub, the full heckin' year, and the shiny new badge. The boot... Wait a minute. Boot? Is this a sign? Are we gonna find a boot now? Method number 4 to deal with Hand Clog with Runic Pyramid. Take 0-cost cards. And I think a Rage is great here, giving us block every time we play an attack during our turn. Works great with Whirlwind, which you can play for 0. Works great with Anger. I like this Rage quite a lot. When you say we need scaling, is that what I meant? I don't think that's what I meant, but I like where your head's at, Bionel. What do we feel about Flexpot? We feel incredible. Flexpot is very good. Take that over the blessing here. Bronze scaling. Scaling the city. Scaling the city, you notice a wall covered in the writing of Ancients. As you try to wrap your head around what the puzzling symbols and glyphs could mean, the writing begins to glow. Suddenly, the message becomes clear. Remove 1 card from our deck, or upgrade all strikes and defense. That's 9 free upgrades, which is incredibly good here. Part of the reason to upgrade the armaments was to be able to upgrade all of these. It's certainly better to just have them upgraded from the very beginning. I think generally speaking, as if this event is giving you more than 5 upgrades or so, you should take the upgrade all. There's a little bit of consideration for the card remove, but I think just having the stronger cards is going to be the way to go. We'll take it. Best event in each act. Let's see, Act 1... We had this question come up the other day. Act 1, it's either Warped Tongs or Dead Adventurer, giving you an extra elite fight. Act 2, it's definitely Colosseum. You get 2 relics and 100 gold. But you could make an argument for upgrade all strikes defends, you could make an argument for Cursed Tome. You could make an argument for Apparitions. In Act 3, it's gotta be Mind Bloom. Mind Bloom is, overall, I think one of the best, if not the best event in the game. Dark Knoll, thank you so much for the Prime sub and the whole half year. You keep watching, I'll keep streaming. And thank you all for kicking off that hype train. You choose to subscribe or cheer some bits. The next few minutes, you'll have a chance to earn some exclusive emotes while still supporting the channel. Alright, to the store. We have nothing else. Yeah, the truth is always simple. Yes, Warp Tongs can happen in all 3 acts. It's true, but it's comparatively better in Act 1, of course. Seem to have drawn all my block already. Interesting. Cheers, Thorindor. Thanks for those 100 bits. This might end up being my Heart of Iron. This is a weird draw. Choose to upgrade feed. I'm greedy. And Elicifer, thank you so much for the incredibly generous 5 gifted subs. Welcome on in, everyone, to the sub club. I am originally from Canada. Moji Oji Ojo. Born in the city of Edmonton, Alberta. Call Canada my hometown. Or homeland. Alright, I'm gonna use this here. Because we're being attacked for 11 times 2 with Frail on this turn. Very rude. Bonk bonk. And this turn comes up, and I think we're still short. Okay. But I can block for a lot with his Rage. And 3 more from Whirlwind for 0. So we only take 1. Okay, I feel pretty good about that Heart of Iron. Saved us more than enough health. Right back at you, Mojio. Much love. That fight was a really good example of why Runic Pyramid can be so powerful. We drew all of our block cards on turn 1 against an enemy that was not attacking us on turn 1. Normally that's a disaster. But because we can just hold on to the block cards, we were fine. If a little bit behind on damage. Do I want a Dark Embrace? Normally, yes. Here, I don't know. I mean, there's one card that gains Metallicize, Vessel GG. It's called Metallicize. But that's the only one. It's the only card in the whole game that does it. We could take Rage, but we already have a Rage. Do I want 2 Rages? I'm not sure. Let's skip these. Interesting. Why do you have to tempt me, Shard? See you. Combat reward screens now contain colorless cards and cards from other colors. Not too bad. I don't think Prismatic Shard is particularly good, but it is certainly fun and very unique, leading to runs unlike anything else. Other things that I like here, we could take Combust for some AoE. Who's our boss? We're fighting Champ, right? Yeah, I don't really need this. Shard won't change the outcomes of the Metamorphosis. I think a Carter move is pretty good. We could take a second Armaments. Seeing Red as an energy generating card is very nice with this Runic Pyramid, and it exhausts, so it works with our Feel No Pain. Apotheosis to upgrade everything in our deck. With all the strikes and defends upgraded for free, I'm less interested in Apotheosis than I normally would be. Not uninterested, but less interested, right? We're upgrading 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the Armaments upgrade isn't actually mattering. So 9 upgrades out of a 23 card deck, plus the cards from Metamorphosis if we've played it, which for the most part we haven't. I really like both Vajra and Oddly Smoothstone, and I think probably the most optimal line in this shop would be straightforward Vajra plus Smoothstone plus card remove. Gain 1 strength and 1 dex permanently, so all of our cards block for 1 more, all of our cards do 1 more damage. And that would be good. It even means we're getting more strength off the Limit Break. By the way, Camel Crush, thank you so much for the 3 months. Whole quarter year. Yeah, I don't think this is a particularly good Apotheosis. I am on a 4 streak. If I want this to continue to be a 5 streak, I think Smoothstone Vajra is going to be the safe play. But here to have fun, aren't I? So let's go Vajra Shard card remove. Right? That sounds good to me. And we'll cut a strike from the deck. Yeah. One of them. Thin that out a little bit. So what we're primarily looking for from the Prismatic Shard is a way to enter a stance. Either Wrath or Divinity for damage multiplication. I wouldn't call it so early kicking. Sure, Prismatic Shard might result in some weirdness, but don't forget, we have a Runic Pyramid. We're gonna be just fine. Gonna be just fine. I'm gonna go this way. I want to upgrade armaments here, and then fight 2 more elites. Time to spin the wheel. Please. Please no. Hooray! You didn't curse me. Thank you, Mr. Gremlin Man. We get $200! We win some gold, and that's a really good spin on the wheel. Alright, this feels like a good Liquid Bronze moment. We're being attacked 5 times, so this is 15 damage right away. We can go armaments on the True Grit and defend. Or a almost full block here. Could have had 3 more health if we'd taken the Smooth Stone. Coulda, shoulda, woulda? Okay, we definitely want to kill one gremlin. If we don't kill either of them, then the gremlin leader will guaranteed attack us next turn. Can't allow that. Don't forget I have... Actually, we can get them both with the thorns, so I'm gonna go like... Oh, they'll be angry if I hit them, though. Do I take a bunch of damage to kill them both? It would take 7 times 2, 14 minus 6, take 8 to kill both of them. I'm gonna do that, actually. Having no minions on the field is a good thing to do right now. Power's down. There's Metamorphosis. Rude. Just triple defend. Block 24, take some. Losing more health than I would like here. Fortunately. There's no way to get a kill on the leader this turn, not even with the flex pot. So we should block for as much as we can. Anger. Single defend and whirlwind to kill this guy? Could be, maybe. We will whirlwind next turn. Take our damage here. I think we're not playing this Metamorphosis again. This came up so late in the fight. Now we have a kill, right? Yes. Though, I'd like to get back to the armaments for one more max health. Let's try to do that. Sweet. Tiny chest. Every 5th question mark will give us a treasure. Definitely not a relic I'm a big fan of, but that's okay. Oh, hologram? I like hologram a lot, letting us get a card from the discard pile. Don't want a brutality, we're gonna overdraw anyway. And we don't value retain on cards. Let's take a hologram. Pick up the thingy. All with limit break? Yeah, fistful of cheese. Hologram, limit break. That's a powerful combo. A really powerful combo. Our feet. Would like to upgrade feet as usual. Let's just let him die to the thorns then. Times 2. Nine plus 9 plus 12 is not quite enough. Beautiful. Not a terrible slice. It's basically another anger. I wouldn't call that great, though. Another chance at Arma. We just upgraded the one we have, so we don't need another one. Or Sneaky Strike. We have no way to discard cards. I think these are all a skip. These are really, really good potions for this deck, so I'm going to keep them. This is either Slavers or the Book of Stabbing. Doesn't matter which chest we go to. Ooh, a favorite of mine. Self-forming clay. Whenever you lose health, gain 3 block on your next turn. Incredibly good against heart, and just generally speaking, good in a wide variety of situations. For example, this particular situation. Not the turn 1 draw we wanted, that's for sure. Maybe just go Arma, Defend, Defend? I almost want to not play the armaments, but I should probably do that. Mostly just looking to find our Whirlwind. I'm okay if we miss our feet in this fight. This is a really, really dangerous fight. You get 3 block from Self-Forming Clay. No vulnerable coming down, instead we're getting entangled. Interesting. I'm gonna hologram the armaments. Could get hella awkward next turn. We won't be able to attack. Means we may not be able to play almost anything in our hand. That could be really... Should have let them hit me for the self-forming play. Okay, this is fine. Next turn will be good. Next turn we won't be weak. We'll have our attacks available. Hopefully we're drawing Whirlwinds. Are unfortunately vulnerable, which means the incoming damage is immense. But that's okay, because Whirlwind is here. If I flex pot, this would become 17 times 3. Which is, 51? 51. You die, you don't die, which means we get to feed on the middle guy. Perfect. Take that outcome. Our stars, thank you so much for the Prime sub and the 7 months. Just 2 more. Feel that twitch, baby. Here we go. More strength gain. Spot Weakness is one of my favorite cards with Runic Pyramid. It's a very efficient strength gain card, but it's conditional. The enemy has to be attacking you. Normally that results in just whiffing the Spot Weakness sometimes, but with a Pyramid we'll never have to play it or draw it on a turn where it doesn't do anything. Give me that. Stinky Claw out of here. What's with these turn 1s, though? Hello? Tired of drawing on my block on the first turn. In hand, but it's 3 cost. Don't really want to play Metamorphosis because the confusion will make all the cards random costed anyway. Use that Fear Pot. Snecko plus Pyramid can be a bad time. Like it is currently being a bad time. I can't afford to play my cards. This is unfortunate for me. I would have liked to do that. Dang. What is this, like defend hologram? Ew. Hologram anger? Okay. No, hologram bash. That's better. Alright, let me feed next turn. That wasn't too bad. Neat. That is a good Storm of Steel. Right? We discard our entire hand. Could be a lot of cards. Get 1 Shiv per card we discarded. Each of those shivs benefits from strength. Each of those shivs generates block with Feel No Pain. It's like a build your own Fiend Fire, kind of. We can even retain them from turn to turn if we need to. And we have Rage as well. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Heavy Blade Plus not bad either, right? We've got lots of strength gain. Taking this Storm of Steel. I want to believe. And we're definitely avoiding the store. We want Maw Bank to give us cash repeatedly, so we'll fight these guys. Hey, Tony Scarface, would you say that we're about to turn this enemy into a gremlin bleeder? Yeah. Oh, we're gonna be the ones who bleed. Fair enough. This is a decent speed pot. Let's save reasonable hit points here. Do that. Back the Whirlwind in case we need it. Or was it a gremlin feeder? We got an Akabeko making our first attack each combat, do 8 more damage. Really good with Whirlwind if we draw that on turn 1, and really good in general with the Bag of Marbles, because that 8 additional damage becomes 12 additional damage. Ooh, 0 cost Weaken. Actually really good. Actually really good. Outmaneuver's pretty good too. Hold on. These are all good in their own weird, unique ways. The Power Through is... I wouldn't call it bad. The wounds that it puts in our hand are a bit awkward. But we can deal with them. We just discard them for Storm of Steel. I'm gonna go Event over Combat. Yeah. Okay, let's take a blind. I think a little bit of Weaken is gonna be good here. The upgrade for Storm of Steel makes the Shivs upgraded. Shiv pluses, doing 6 damage instead of 4. So plus 2 damage per Shiv. A random chest containing a boat thingy and 71 gold. That's really lucky. 14 block on turn 2. One of my favorite relics in the whole dang game, really. This goes to 18, so we still take damage if I play blind. Let's just go defend here. Take 0. Aha, the perfect turn for blocking. But we have an actual useful Metamorphosis turn, I think. I have a kill here, somehow. Path? Play the Inflame and see where that leaves us damage-wise. Hemo does 14, Speed does 10. Lord Boomerang is 15, but hits 3 times. This is 8. Hey, Nate and Sal. Doing well today. Okay, let's see. 10 plus 9 plus 8 is 27. But we need to do 29 damage to kill. Okay, let's colorless potion then. Makes my life much easier, and lets us wait for the armaments. Essentially. Good. Don't want to play the True Grit because I might lose the feed. Okay, one more chance at drawing it. No dice. Let me get the colorless potion back. Cute. Double tap. Let's turn your next attack is played twice. Could be okay. I think it's one too many cards in the deck. And a card that I don't really have the energy to support at the moment. I'm gonna go ahead and pass. Good old Barrage. Let's see, upgrade-wise... I like upgrading the True Grit so that I don't have to wait for armaments on that one. We could upgrade the Limit Break, but more realistically, I'll just play armaments and upgrade it that way. It's not a card we want upgraded in every combat. Feel No Pain's a decent upgrade as well, just so that we can play it before the armaments shows up. I think I'll go with the True Grit upgrade. Going into the champ here. Whirlwind goes Burr. So, Strata in this fight is very much... Yeah, for example, we just Arma the limit break here. Strategy in this fight is very much to build up strength with our spot weakness and our limit break. I'm gonna get rid of Storm of Steel here. Hologram the True Good again. Ooh, Champ is buffing his strength already. Wow, we already went to 14 Metallicize. Dang, dude. Aggro. Turn 5 strength buff. I think that's the fastest strength buff our champ can do. Interesting. And definitely be playing that Metamorphosis in this fight. Ouch. Two heavy blades? Alright, we're in business. We are in business. Bruh. Excuse you? Would you like to walk that back a little bit? Thank you. Sir. Ooh, Purity, yeah. Get rid of some of this crap. Hence the bunketing. I seem to have angered him. Crunchy. And we didn't even have to use our colorless potion. GG. Wait a minute. Grand finale with Runic Pyramid. Interesting. Finale is hilarious here. We could theoretically play this. We only play it if there's no cards in the draw pile, but with Runic Pyramid we can assemble those conditions. I think Exhume is also incredibly good. Exhume lets us duplicate feed in some combats. It lets us return Limit Break if we exhausted it. It lets us return Metamorphosis, all sorts of stuff. Oh, the Ironclad definitely eats the armor, Master Toaster. That's how he gains Metallicize. You solid goo. Came here for silliness. We're relatively silly already here. We've got Storm of Steel, although we have yet to play it, admittedly. Taking this Exhume. It's pretty good here. Oof, okay. 3 energy, huh? Very well. Choices are Tiny House, gain a potion, 50 gold, 5 max health, 1 random upgrade. Sozu gives us a 4th energy, but we can no longer obtain any potions. We are getting 1 per combat, don't forget. Or the Empty Cage. Remove 2 from the deck. Dunk 2 strikes is fine by me. I might even consider removing Bash because I can't afford to play it. Yeah, I am going to remove Bash because we can't afford to play it. Now I would definitely take a Berserk. We need any form of energy gain that we can get. Any. And we do still want these Angers. More than ever, we care about the fact that Anger says 0 on it. It's so hard to do Act 3 with only 3 base energy. Not impossible, just really hard. Really, really hard. Why ever just do 3 elites? I don't feel like I'm that strong. We have to go to the store. To the store! Combats versus events. One early event. For what it's worth, I think Sozu is quite good if you're doing a non-heart run. Once the heart starts getting involved, potions become really valuable to me. Oh yeah, I was like, 25 damage? What? What do you mean 25 damage? I think our Storm of Steel ends up caught up against Feed, unfortunately. A Blunk Potion. Rushdown's nice. Second wind's even better, though. Exhaust all non-attack cards in hand. Gain block for each card exhausted. Very energy-efficient card, which we desperately need. Desperately need. Get to fall. Hey, we get to lose another strike. Good. Excellent, in fact. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful store. Here are all the things we needed. Well, maybe not all of them, but most of the things we needed. More energy gain. Happy Flower. Very good. Orange Pellets, letting us remove debuffs by playing a power, attack, and skill in the same turn. I would like that too. Seeing Red is more energy. And another Feel No Pain for more block generation. I want all of these things. Discovery is an interesting option too, letting us choose one of 3 random cards to add to our hands, as well as exhausting itself. Definitely taking Happy Flower. We're so hard for energy right now. Hard up for energy. Pellets would let us take a Berserk, it's true. It's true. That's Seeing Red and probably one more removal. At some point I start to need my strike cards again. I don't really want to remove all of them. Or do damage somehow. Ooh, Metamorphosis is how we do damage. Okay. That'll be fine. Alright, that was a great shop. We spent almost all of our money. We could take another Shrug. For an upgraded one. Storm seems like a good remove target. You crazy? We put that in there on purpose. Thank you very much. I want that card. Would have preferred to upgrade this, but I'm just going to go for the turn 1 Crunch here. look to exhume it and get it back. Ideally with armaments. Perfect. Exhume feed. Upgrade feed. Play feed. The Blunketing. Yo, here's some really good cards. Blade Dance puts three Shivs into the hand. Amazing with Rage, amazing with Feel No Pains. Just amazing, period. Third Eye for some Scry, also very good here. But I think it's gotta be Blade Dance with 2 copies of Feel No Pain. It's like a Storm of Steel, except I don't have to lose my feed. It's good. Good. The correct potions. We'll have to make room in hand for it, of course, but that's fine. This will be a guaranteed chest. Yes. Go this way? I don't want to go to this shop. We have no money. Yeah, this way. Or paint upgrade to 2 random skills, notably not defend cards. I think I'm probably going to take the blue key here so that I can take a different relic out of the next chest. Quite a few different, better relics than that. And we'll get our recall now, just so that we don't forget. Onwards. Writhing Mass. Ooh, jerk. This enemy changes their attack intent each time we deal attack damage to them. Easier said than done sometimes. Perfect. Oh, exhume the limit break, probably. Fine. Once they're locked into an attack that I can easily block, I really don't feel the need to interrupt them. Zoom Shiv. Thanks. Slow and steady is definitely the way to handle this particular combat. This enemy never gains strength or scales up in any way, shape, or form. So you just want to take your time. Slowly whittle them down, make sure you're not taking damage. Anything like that. So the curse is given by their big swirly mega debuff intent. I'll show it to you when they do it. They have 5 different moves that are all equal probability to be selected for using this. Keep giving me the good moves, though. They don't want to do it today. Hello? Please try to curse me. Alright, they don't want you to know that they can curse. It's not on the menu today. Fine. But anyway, if they're doing a swirly, non-damaging move, that will add a curse to your deck permanently if it resolves. You just want to hit them so that they change their intent. Ancient Pot, not particularly useful with orange pellets here. Do we want to Prepared? This would let us free up hand space. Flying Sleeves is decent too. That's right, Doofgod. Once the Writhing Mass attempts to add a curse to your deck, whether or not you actually got the curse, like if you block it with Omamori, for example, they won't try again. You can only have one curse attempt per combat. Bonk. Distraction makes random Ironclad skills, right? Is that good? A random zero-cost Ironclad skill. So normally the big problem with Distraction is that you get Reflex or Tactician. I'm gonna try it. What do you have for me today? Ooh, hey. Immediately relevant. Convenient. Sure you died of thorns. Those wounds. Alright, not bad. These are 5 each. This turn's gonna hurt a bit. So there'll be 12 each if I go... Oh, weakness limit break. And I can also dupe pot this limit break. Kind of reasonable. 8, 16, that'd be 20 damage each. Ooh, that's good. That's a good break point. Let's do that. And then we get 4 Shivs doing 20 damage. So we still take a decent hit here, but we got lots of health. I could also do 3 Shivs doing 20 damage, which saves me 8. Then I don't do as much damage. Or I could Rage first, which saves me 1 more health than playing the Defend. So Rage better than Defend here. Let's do Rage. Shame we didn't have 1 more damage there. 20. And we're not done. I can exhume a Shiv, and I might need to. I do need to. Block 15? Or take a bunch more? I think take a bunch more. Need this fight to end. Quickly. Freaking hologram Storm of Steel. Wildly entertaining. I think we're gonna hologram Rage. Rage plus Feel No Pain, meaning 6 block per Shiv there. There we go, there we go. 28 plus 29 is more than 54. Show me armaments. Oh well. Blood Vial for a little bit of healing. Reprogram. Gain strength and dex at the cost of our focus. Interesting. Or just a flex. Actually, the flex is better than the reprogram is. It's 0 cost, and we can keep the strength permanently if we activate orange pellets. So, sad to say, reprogram, you're outclassed by an Ironclad common card here. Sure, there's dexterity or whatever, but we're not blocking with dex. We're blocking with double Feel No Pain and Self-Forming Clay. And 121 max health. I want the more efficient strength source. Red Skull, definitely better than the War Paint, giving us 3 strength if we're below half health. And I want to upgrade these Feel No Pains so that we have enough block against Heart. Rose Burr? None of these cards do anything. And we got attack for 45. Blah. Yeah, definitely feels second wind, doesn't it? Actually, wait. Lethal? Hold on. Yeah, I was looking for a line that blocks. I should be looking for a line that does 140 damage here. We guaranteed have lethal with Storm of Steel, right? We just go Blessing of the Forge, Flex, Limit Break, Storm of Steel. That would be 10 strength. These are 16 damage each. What's the winning line? Flex, Limit Break, Blade Dance? Alright, if I flex Limit Blade Dance, how much damage is that? We'll have 10 strength, there'll be 14 each. 14 times 4. 56. Weird. Or do I give up on the feed? So I would like to eat this man, this ghost. Okay, if I go for... What about the block line? We have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 times 7. Yeah, that's a full block. Easy peasy. want to eat this man. I'm just gonna be Flex. Flex, Limit Break, Hologram, Second Wind. Get some strength that way. 1, 2. Actually, Inflame Limit Break's even better, technically. And with 8 strength rather than 5. 6 or whatever. Inflame, Limit Break, Hologram, Second Wind. We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 7 plus 5. Yeah, that'll work. Much better. Yes. So, Worship gives us 5 mantra, halfway to Divinity. And we have a hologram, so we can get Divinity very quickly. Wave of the Hand is also really good here. Whenever we gain block, apply weak to all enemies, and we have so many ways to gain block with Feel No Pain, right? And Rage. We could activate this a lot of times. Hey, Becky Boggs. Thing is, if we're doing hologram worship, means we're not doing hologram limit break. I don't think so. I think it's Wave of the Hand. The fish relic is the ceramic fish, giving us 9 gold when we add a card to the deck, which is admittedly not that good. Less interested in the Shockwave. Blind Dome, thank you so much for the half year of support. Zap that cigarette. Secret Technique is quite good, letting us fetch something from the draw pile. I could also see taking Preserved Insect just to make our Act 4 elites easier. Or the good old card remove. Nothing here that helps with the energy situation. We could even just look at the next shop. Arena Bottle could be nice, healing us for quite a bit if we should die. It's based on max health, and we have a lot of that. Cheesy Bob, yeet that yurt, thank you so much for the 2 months. Sorry, the tier 2 sub and the 19 months. Who are they and what drives them? Storm of Steel is what drives us. Have we played Storm of Steel yet? I feel like we haven't. Much regret. How difficult is Spire, Spear, and Shield gonna be? Headbutt to get something back on top's pretty good too in a deck of this size. And Electus Leo! How does the Ironclad stay informed of current events? Why? With his news feed, of course. I think I will take the Preserved Insect. I'm sufficiently worried about Spire Spear and Spire Shield that I want this. Second event, we haven't seen Mind Bloom yet. Travel immediately to the boss, you say? We could do it! On an A20 heart run, we would be giving up a fire and a combat, which I don't want to do. We want to see more cards with our shard. We'll say no. We'll say no. Although, skipping this fight might have been a good idea, actually. Now that you mention it. Stinky Transient. Gains, lowers their damage output every time they're damaged. We do have a fire potion to make this a bit easier on us. Behold the Rage Blade Dance synergy. 13 block per Shiv. Now we'll do Flex, Limit Break, Seeing Red. Oh, we're gonna get to play Storm of Steel in this fight. Hologram, Limit Break again. Strong. Take one. Take. I guess we'll just use this. Take 0. What do you got? Free Rage. Let's go Wave of the Hand, Rage, Storm of Steel. 2 turns of weaken per Shiv. Get him. Playlist of all achievements. You're looking for this one, I think, Kasenchi. All Chivos. There you go. You want to see me get all the achievements in Slay the Spire in one sitting? That's the video for you. Backup Fire Potion. Sword Boomerang. Very good with this much strength gain. I could get behind a Burning Pact too. Yeah, I'm gonna take this Burning Pact. And we'll keep the Ancient Pots. No, let's go double Fire Potion for Spire Spear, Spire Shield. That's a great combo. Last but not least, I will upgrade the other Feel No Pain. Alright, on to Donut and Bronut. Block take 12. Gonna go for Donu first. Donu buffs strength while Dekka adds Dazed to your deck. We're not too afraid of Dazed with 8 Feel No Pain. But we are afraid of their ever-increasing strength of these two jerks. I think it's happening. It being Wave of Hand, Storm of Steel. Get him. Three turns a weekend. Keep one Shiv just for a block next turn. Arma the Shiv. Sweet. Full block already achieved. Burn another defend. Zoom is going to be used on feed, ideally. Oh, nice. We redrew the Blade Dance. That feels lucky. "12 strength. That's going to be pretty good. I love how much block we get from that. Stop there. Not quite ready to feed yet. I think it's going to be Seeing Red time. These are 8 block each. 42 incoming. Let's go Seeing Red. I'm going to True Grit the Storm of Steel, because I no longer want it. It's a full block. We should be able to kill Donu this turn. Especially if I draw a Limit Break. Not. So should and can ending up different things here. Do it this way. It's okay to take some damage. I want to get the max health from feeding. And I want the strength from Red Skull, too. Here we go. Umel? Donut. Exhume? And now I can play Second Wind if I feel the need to. I don't think I do. 27 plus 16. No one can calculate that high. Dang it. It's impossible. Perfect. At least 2. That gets it. They understand. Bonk. Branch. Cool. 8 max health get. One more boss coming up. This will be either the Awakened One or the Timey-Wimey Boy. It's unfortunate. Man, these turn 1s have been pretty rough all game. This is fine though. I'm okay with just passing here. Perfect. We just go Power Attack Skill. We get to remove the Stinky Vulnerable from ourselves. And we can turn this 48 into a 24. So I only have to block for 24. With Weaken, to be clear. So 48. 24. Doing perfectly fine. Here we can go Flex, Spot Weakness, Limit Break, Rage, Blade Dance, and fully block that way. 16 strong. Again, each of these Shivs be giving us 13 Blunk. We'll even save some for next turn. Or the turn after that. This back. Roll that timer over. Draw in flame, so I cannot remove our debuffs here, but that's fine. Get a battle trance, so maybe I can. Debuffs be gone. Note that also removes the no-draw effect of the battle trance, so I can now play Burning Pact and draw additional cards. Pretty hot. Free Blue Junk. That's a big number. Probably gonna second wind. I'm fine with. A big number. So is 91. Cannot full block here. Just go Sever Soul, Bludgeon, Anger. Try to bring Time Eater below half health here. Quiet. Getting a little bit yikes. Just a little bit. Rolling over the timer here. And now we're good. Now we're very good. GG. To thump, to thump, to thump, a deep pulsing dread can be felt throughout the room. Is this the heart of the spire, the source, this evil? Ready your big old blunky blade and deal 21.59. Too bad. Going into this act with 137 max health, missing quite a bit of it, which I think means we want to rest at the campsite here to get all the way up to full. We could upgrade any one of these cards, but with the armaments upgrading the important stuff, it doesn't feel that important. Let's just make sure we have as much health as possible. Dang, just shy of being able to afford additional copies of Limit Break. If we had 300 gold, we could buy 2 more even. Spicy. Honestly, though, I'm just down for a 3rd copy of Feel No Pain. That seems fine. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. couple potions here could be nice too. Energy potion in particular would be a nice little way to get a little bit more done on one of our turns. Energy pot whirlwind could be huge. Though losing the 40 damage from the fire potion in this fight is not something I think that I want to do. I'm just going to take this Feel No Pain, since I can't afford both anyway. 1 gold short of also taking Uppercut. Alright, hopefully drawing Whirlwind on turn 1 here, if we're really lucky. That is not a turn 1 Whirlwind draw, but it is pretty good. Flex Inflame Limit Break. We get to keep Akabeko for next turn. Gonna have 2 burns added to the top of the draw pile. Probably gonna take a lot of damage here. Great. Be enough to kill. We should do this before we lose 1 point of strength also, so let's do these. Guess I get to keep 2 more strength if I play Strike. Always turn around with a Fire Pot. Okay. We have Boat Thingy coming in too. As well as 9 block from... whatchamacallit. And now the Fire Pots don't do anything? No, hold on, we just killed the Spire Spear, right? Yeah. Let's kill Spire Spear. So you might be thinking that we can save a Fire Potion because the Thorns will kill the Spire Spear, right? On the first hit. But the Spire Shield enemies do their intents from left to right. So Spire Shield blocks, then Spire Spear attacks. Which means the Thorns won't do any damage. We have to use the second potion here. Oof. Maybe I should have killed the U. Dang. Take 30, I guess. But we'll be able to feed. And find it. No. And we'll set up Happy Flower. Turn 2 sounds good. I don't really want it on turn 1. Okay, 93 health. Oh, Speed Potion, Orange Pellets. That's probably good enough. And a Turbo for more energy. Don't mind if I do. Hell, it even adds a Void, which is somewhat useful. Yeah, give me that Turbo. Okay. I think 93 health. That's more health than I wanted to lose against Spire Spear. You can see why I decided to carry 2 potions into that fight. 2 fire potions. In an attempt to save some health. Just wish it had been a bit more effective. Okay, just need to draw an attack next turn. Keep the Inflame so that we can do Orange Pellets things with it. Really no attacks, though. Good, we got one. Perfect. So, skill. Wait. Speed potion. Skill. Power. Tech. Get all those debuffs gone. No vulnerable, no frail, no weakness, and 5 permanent points of dexterity. Good. Oh, I should have flexed too. Yeah, I should have flexed. But we can do that on a future turn, so that's fine. But good call, everyone, there. Let's hold most of this in hand. I'm just going to play defend. Play defend. Get a little bit of blunk. And here's our Burning Pact. Okay, looks like a second wind turn. I'm going to lose the Metamorphosis in this fight. This card did a really good job in Act 1. It has fallen off quite a bit. Just with so much better things the deck is doing with Runic Pyramid. Let's see what Distraction makes. Ooh, I can upgrade Blade Dance with that. Yeah! So what are we getting rid of? Ascender's Bane, Metamorphosis, and I guess the Flex. Okay. Have to play these on this turn, but I probably should. No, we want to wait for Limit Break and Feel No Pains. I'm going to hold on to all of them. There we go. Gonna lose Whirlwind, too. Discard pile. Get back. Okay, it's kind of a slow and steady heart fight. We're going to be picking up pace real soon, though. I'm okay taking a little bit of beat of the damage. The Self-Forming Clay helps anyway. And now it's Shivening time. Nice. Want to exhume that Limit Break. Oh, take one? Perfect. Okay, we're gonna have a really good Storm of Steel very shortly. Now it's time for double Limit Break. Actually, maybe Storm of Steel is right now. take some more damage. Alright. Now we should be truly good. Next turn we've got the Turbo, Wave of the Hand, Storm of Steel. On a perfect turn, too. Oh, and Armaments here to upgrade the Rage? Better. Check this play out. Arma, Rage. Play Rage. Just play play Wave of the Hand. Storm of Steel. And each of these Shivs is 39 damage. Plus 16 block, plus 1 turn of Weaken. Got him. And there's more where that came from. Bad. GG. GG, everybody. What a run. Hey everyone. Thanks so much for watching. Did you know that I'm live 5 days a week on Twitch? Come join us to watch me live, ask questions, or chill with the community. Click the link in the description below to follow and be notified when I'm live. And while you're down there, make like a sandwich and sub to this channel for more fresh Baylor content. Ta-ta for now.